What's up, y'all? This week I posted a blog on how to drive SEO traffic, and it goes into a little bit of the technical things. Obviously, it's going to mention the 30, 60, 90. Don't know when I'm going to stop mentioning that because it's really important. You'd be surprised at how, it's just not implemented anywhere. But besides that, I went into what it means in different job roles. So, for instance, if you're a copywriter, the way you want to drive traffic outside of that or inside of that 30, 60, 90 is doing a little bit of keyword research. What that means is actually looking up keywords using software like SEMrush, Moz, and Ahrefs. There are others out there, but those are like the main ones that are like, monopolizing the industry. And so when you're looking at those, you want to make sure that you're getting keywords that are specific to your market. Next thing you want to look at is what is relevant to what people are looking up. You can use Google for that, just typing in the word and actually seeing what travels, but that is not a good indicator of what is, I would say, you should be ranking for, just giving you some content strategies. The softwares that I gave you earlier too are a great way to get content ideas because they offer that in their premium services or paid services. But that's where you want to start. And that's how you're going to drive, right? These are the keys to the car, essentially. From there, you want to start looking at your headers, your meta descriptions, and then what the copy needs to entail. You want a significant word count. I always say 600 is a good number. But after that, you want to make sure that you're actually making something useful, even if you're using AI. All right, tell the AI a specific tone, tell the AI a specific voice to actually generate some creative words. And of course, write it out yourself. There may be copy that you're using from your previous old website when you're updating. Throw that into the AI before you delete it so that you have some original content still that's not on the web. If it's seen as just 1,000 different things that are already on there, it's going to be treated like same content, old content. And so it's not really going to drive anything. Now, if you're a data analyst, this is a little bit nuanced because you're going to be looking at company data, but you're also going to be looking at historical company data if it's available, right? Sometimes it's not, especially with startups. And what you want to convey in copyright, this is good too, because you all may be in a meeting one day together. In a true marketing fashion, that's what should happen. As a data analyst, you want to get your KPI metrics. Those can include anything from, say, click-through rate, right? Your impressions, the amount of clicks you're getting. Then from there, you want to pick out specific landing pages that you want to grow and keep track of them, right? Typically, it's not always the blog because that's top of funnel. And so what metrics may be relevant there may not necessarily be relevant for a thank you page or a service page, right? While we want those to index, the most important thing outside of that user traffic and metrics telling us, all right, people are actually seeing this, is actually visible, is it converting? And if not, what can we do to improve on that, right? And so that's how you're going to drive that traffic, by setting not just your 30, 60, 90, but also plans to improve that 30, 60, 90 agenda, or to achieve that 30, 60, 90 agenda. My bad, light went out over here. And once that happens, you will have a set goal, not just for yourself, but for the company too, to come in and say, hey, how are we doing? If you want to pick a number of growth, I would say anywhere from 15% to 20, because you're starting off and that number is going to skyrocket. There's going to be opportunities where you see 200%, 300%, but you always want to stress that that is not the norm, and nor should they expect that every time, because that is a big jump. I mean, 300% is not normal. It is when you're starting from zero, because, you get 30 views in one day from zero. It's a lot. You get 100 from zero. That's a lot. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good or bad. It just means, things are visible now. Things are starting to track. We're starting to trend. We're moving in the right direction. And that's typically what you always hear me say in the meeting. We're moving in the right direction. It doesn't matter in a sense if you're hitting those goals, if you're moving towards those goals. And so you never want to be discouraged by that. And I mean that, because you're going to be discouraged as a marketer. You're going to be counter argued as a marketer, and you're not going to be listened to at times as a marketer, because you're not direct sales, but you're also not direct lead. You're taking your brand message and improving upon that. See yourself as the nurse and the surgeon in the room. And that's really important, because you play a key part in multiple avenues of success when it comes to marketing. But there are some more tips and tricks that I'm getting creative with, so that I can share that with you all. But that being said, everything I've listed for you today will help your company grow, will help you be successful as a marketer. But remember, whether you're a copywriter, data analyst, or paid media person, which we'll get into a little bit later in my future content, you want to make sure that you're making content and you're making strategies for a person. Even though I call it traffic, users, customers, you're still dealing with people. And so you want that content to reflect that. If you're looking for an FAQ on the internet, what is a good FAQ for you for your specific topic? I have a Samsung, so if my Samsung, I can buggy like my little stick here. Sometimes, it freezes up on me, right? And if that happens, I'm looking at, hey, did I set it off wrong? Did I leave it out too long? Does it need to charge? Because I do think it charges. Those are things that, can help somebody looking for queries like that. If your point of conversation is, how do I make a sale? You're already starting off wrong in marketing. And that's what we call, it's just, bad driving or traffic, because you're not starting in the right place, which is top of funnel. One of the things I got into in the earlier blogs and videos is the type of SEO traffic, and you can go to my YouTube channel to check that out. What are they? They are informational, they are commercial, navigational, and transactional. Those are 4. 2 of those are treated the same. And how you navigate through each of those matters, because there is conversation that isn't shared between all of them. If someone's just looking for pure information, they're not looking to make a sale. Now, if they're looking for a commercial brand and navigational, they may be studying, but they can just as easily transfer over to a transactional customer. We call it the marketing funnel. Once they get to that transactional phase, that point of contact, it becomes sales. All right. And so that's where you want to lead people, to that transactional indicator, so that now they're at the bottom of the funnel and you can just ship them off to sales. That way they can start working on the quality of the service, and you can start working on the quality of leads that you want. And so then you're meeting a conversation with sales team, but you are not sales. And that's a little bit hard sometimes, but there are 2 different funnels. There's a sales funnel and a marketing funnel. Never get those confused, because sometimes, that may be between you and your job. And so you always want to make that clear, what data you're looking at and how you're using that, and how it can be utilized by all teams that you're working with. But anyway, that's enough. See you all next time. Planet Social Marketing. Follow me on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn as well, just as Broderick Lacey. And you'll see that in the description. But keep in touch. Some of these are going on TikTok, and that's really it. And yeah.